What's happening around the world
and what's happening here at home. Good evening and a very warm welcome. You're watching Prime Time News on TV1. I'm Peruni Karunaratna.
And I'm Sandra Ferdinando. Let's take a look at your headlines for tonight.
News First Headlines. Main sponsor.
A trusted place for your fixed deposit. Valuable FD, a symbol of stability.
South Korea's acting president Han Duck-soo impeached. India announces 7 days of mourning for ex-Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. President Anura Kumara Dissanayake expresses condolences. Colombo Stock Exchange maintains upward trend. Why the delay in Sathos's rice imports? Multiple parties raise concerns. SLPP's Ella Walla also leaves the SJB.
ධනපාල කියලා කිව්වට සත්‍යයක් අතේ නැහැ කියලා. සත්‍යපාල කියලා කිව්වට එයා කවදාකවත් ඇත්ත කියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා අහලා තියෙනවනේ. ඒ වගේ තමයි සමගි ජන බලවේගය කිව්වට කිසිම මේක ඇතුලේ සමගියක් නැහැ.
Priya Surasena bids a deal.
News First Headlines. Main sponsor.
A trusted place for your fixed deposit. Valuable FD, a symbol of stability.
In a top story for tonight, South Korea's parliament has voted to impeach acting president Han Duck-soo.
According to South Korean law, after Han's impeachment, Finance Minister Choi Sang-mok is next in line to assume acting presidency.
South Korea has voted to impeach its acting president Han Duck-soo 2 weeks after Parliament voted to impeach its president Yoon Suk-yeol. A total of 192 lawmakers voted for his impeachment, more than the 151 votes needed for it to succeed. Prime Minister Han took over the role after President Yoon was impeached by Parliament following his failed attempt to impose martial law on 3rd December. Han was supposed to lead the country out of its political turmoil, but opposition MPs argued that he was refusing demands to complete Yoon's impeachment process. Chaos erupted in Parliament as the vote was held today. Ruling party MPs gathered in the middle of the voting chamber chanting "invalid" and "abuse of power" in response and called for the speaker to step down. Most of them boycotted the vote. Han will be suspended from his duties as soon as he is officially notified by Parliament.
Also in news overseas, former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh has died at the age of 92.
Former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was one of India's longest-serving Prime Ministers, and he was considered the architect of key liberalising economic reforms as Premier from 2004 to 2014, and before that as Finance Minister. He had been admitted to a hospital in the capital Delhi after his health condition deteriorated. Among those who paid tribute to Singh were Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who wrote on social media that, quote, "India mourns the loss of one of its most distinguished leaders," end quote. Singh was the first leader since Jawaharlal Nehru to be re-elected after serving a full first term and the first Sikh to hold the country's top post. Public figures across political lines, friends and family members came to Singh's residence to pay their respect to the departed economist turned politician. The Congress announced that the citizens and party workers could visit the headquarters at Akbar Road on Saturday to express their condolences. The last rites of the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh will be conducted on Saturday after his body is moved to the All India Congress Committee headquarters in the national capital for public to convey their condolences. The central government has announced a week-long state mourning from the 26th of December to the 1st of January 2025. During this time, the national flag will be flown at half-mast at all locations where it is regularly displayed, and there will be no official entertainment. The government also declared that a state funeral will be held for the late former Prime Minister, with the national flag flown at half-mast at various Indian missions and high commissions abroad during the funeral service. President Anurakumara Dissanayake has expressed his condolences on the passing of Manmohan Singh, the former Prime Minister of India. Posting on X, the President conveyed his heartfelt sympathy on behalf of the people of Sri Lanka. He extended his condolences to Singh's family and the people of India, recognizing the former leader's immense global influence. President Dissanayake also highlighted Singh's dedication to international collaboration, noting his role in forging alliances, including the BRICS nations, and his pivotal contributions to the Indo-US nuclear agreement. Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is currently on a visit to India, paid his respects to former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh at his residence in Delhi, India.
Sri Lanka Air Force spokesperson Group Captain Erando Giganage said a probe has been launched into the aircraft-like object identified as a target drone recovered by fisher folk in the sea of Sri Lanka and brought ashore yesterday.
The aircraft-like object, identified as a target drone, was recovered by fisherfolk 35 kilometers off the coast of Trincomalee in the Sea of Sri Lanka. It was then brought ashore and handed over to the police. It is now under the custody of the Sri Lanka Air Force.
බොට්ටුවට හැම දාගත්තා. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක සෙල්ලම් එකක් වුණොත් අපිට පොඩි කට්ටියට හරි දෙන්න බලාගෙන තමයි මම මේක අරන් ආවේ. ගොඩට ආව ගමන් පොලිසියට මම කෝල් කරලා මම කිව්වා මේ වගේ දෙයක් අහුල්ලා මූදේ සර් පොඩ්ඩක් ඇවිල්ලා මේක බලන්නේ කියලා. කිලෝමීටර් 35ක් විතර දුරකින් තමයි මේක හම්බුනේ මට.
According to the aircraft discovered by the Indian fishermen, it is an Indian Anadrone Shikra drone. These target drones are produced in Odisha, India, and Anadrone is a licensed manufacturer approved by the Indian Ministry of Defence. Indian media reported that Anadrone Systems secured a significant contract with the Indian Navy in March 2024 for the supply of 100 Shikra high-speed aerial target systems. It is used by naval ships to practice gun-firing at sea. On several occasions recently, Indian fisherfolk have found similar objects in the sea. In 2020, a similar object was found in the waters near Odisha, where an Anadrone manufacturing plant is based. In March 2023, another object belonging to Anadrone was discovered by Indian fishermen off the coast near Puri in Odisha.
The Citizens Movement Against Fraud, Corruption and Waste filed a complaint on irregularities on rice imports with the Criminal Investigation Department today.
The complaint calls for an investigation into the reasons behind the rejection of tenders for rice imports submitted by Satosa, asking for a fair and transparent inquiry.
As soon as tenders were called for importing rice to Sri Lanka, the tender submitted by the government to the government itself has been rejected. There's a question as to whether was this rejection a deliberate act by certain officials to undermine the current government, or is it a part of a scheme by former ministers from past administrations who are involved in corruption and fraud for personal gain. Private importers have already imported and sold rice, making profits, while Satosa still continues to issue tenders for imports. We strongly believe that this rejection was likely made to benefit certain businessmen and large-scale rice mill owners. If the minister's claims are correct, it is their duty to investigate why these tenders were rejected and hold those responsible accountable. Is the Satosa tender board made up of inexperienced people? How else can you explain the rejection of not just one but 3 tenders in a row? It looks like there may be a corrupt deal behind this. We urge the CID to carry out a thorough and fair investigation to uncover the truth and share it with the public.
Administrative Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Renuka Perera, commented on the rice imports during a media briefing held today.
On December 20, the final date mentioned in the official gazette, the Sri Lanka State Trading Corporation did not provide any details about how much rice had been imported. Meanwhile, the private sector has already imported 76,000 metric tons of rice. This delay by the state-run institution and the situation that has resulted from it needs to be thoroughly investigated. If the deadline for the imports has passed, it's important to understand why the state institution didn't fulfill its responsibility on time. If any mismanagement or corruption is uncovered, especially within the government, the public has the right to know. Right now, some ministers are being unfairly accused, and we believe no member of the cabinet should allow such accusations to go unanswered.
Agriculture Minister K.D. Lalkantha responded to these comments.
These issues were created by them, not by us. There is a paddy marketing board and it has only one lorry. We are not the ones who destroyed the paddy marketing board. It was them. What they have to say doesn't matter. They couldn't find answers, but we are addressing the situation. We have made plans for a large-scale procurement. The tenders were rejected. That's how it works. There is a process we must adhere to. The issues have been resolved to a certain extent. They'll have to find another issue since this one is settled.
News First with the people.
Veteran singer Priya Suryasena, who captivated hearts with his melodious voice for over 5 decades, bid adieu today. His final rites were conducted at the Boralla Public Cemetery this evening.
Veteran singer Priya Suryasena passed away yesterday at the Colombo National Hospital. He was 80 years old at the time of his passing. A large number of people, including fellow artists, gathered to pay their final respects to him. President Anurukumar Dissanayake paid his final respects to the veteran singer this morning. His remains were then brought to the Boralla Public Cemetery this evening. Priya Suryasena, who entered the music industry in 1968 with Baila songs, began performing Saralagi in 1972, quickly gaining widespread popularity. Over the years, he participated in hundreds of concerts, both locally and internationally, leaving a lasting impact on music lovers worldwide.
Jyotipala, Milton Perera and Milton Malvarachi are iconic singers who captivated hearts with their timeless love songs. I see Priya Suryasena as a worthy successor to this legacy, continuing to touch souls with his heartfelt music. Priya Suryasena is a remarkable brand in the music industry. There are no others who can replace that. My father was a lovely husband to my mother and an exceptional father who went above and beyond in fulfilling his responsibilities. He worked hard to provide us with quality education. He once said the older generation must leave this world one day, making way for the young to bring new ideas. That's how the world moves forward and becomes more beautiful.
Priya Suryasena bids adieu today, leaving behind the cherished memories of an award-winning singer whose legacy will forever be remembered in the hearts of people of Sri Lanka. May he attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Lalit Ellavala, who secured victory in the Kalutara district as a representative of the Samagi Jana Balawega in the parliamentary election, announced his decision to retire from politics today. He raised critical concerns about the party leadership.
අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙච්ච දේ නෙමේ සජිබේ ඇතුලේ තියෙන. අර ගමේ ගොඩේ කතාවක් තියෙනවා ධනපාල කියලා කිව්වට සතයක් අත තේ නැහැ කියලා. සත්‍යපාල කියලා කිව්වට එයා කවදාකවත් ඇත්ත කියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. ඒ වගේ තමයි සමගි ජන බලවේගය කිව්වට.
SJB is not what we expected. They are saying that some individuals claim one thing yet fail to live up to it. Similarly, although it is called Samagi Jana Balawega, there is no true unity within the party. What exists instead is a deep-rooted dictatorship. I initially believed that Sajith Premadasa formed Samagi Jana Balawega to oppose Ranil Wickremesinghe's dictatorship, and I thought the party would learn from it and succeed. However, what I see now is a strong dictatorial regime within the party. Anyone who wishes to contribute or work in this environment will find their efforts blocked. The chairman and the secretary hold power apart from the leader. However, the secretary alone decides the national list, choosing and submitting only his own selections. At the very least, the chairman, Imtiaz Bakir Makar, should be included in the list, but that is not the case. Over time, this JB will become irrelevant. It cannot be revived. Sajith Premadasa will never allow this. I feel that even with leaders like Harsha De Silva, Eran Wickremaratne and Kabir Hashim, their economic programs will never be implemented. Sajith will not allow it. My belief is that the best team should rise and take charge with a new leadership. With that disappointment, I have come to the conclusion that politics is no longer suitable for me. There are no leaders capable of guiding us forward. Since there are no leaders fit for today's challenges, I have decided to end my political journey here. I entered politics without seeking personal gain, and I am leaving it the same way.
අපිට දේශපාලනය කරන්න. අදට ගැළපෙන වර්තමානයට ගැළපෙන සුදුසු නායකයෝ නැති නිසා මම තීන්දුව කළා මින් ඉදිරියට මගේ දේශපාලනය මෙතනින් එහාට මම තීත තියනවා කියලා නවත්තනවා කියලා. මම පුච්චයිකලයක් කරන්න නැතුව දේශපාලනට ආවා. පුච්චයිකලයක් කරන්න නැතුව මගේ දේශපාලනය අවසන් කරනවා.
Several political parties that contested the parliamentary election under the gas cylinder symbol have decided to contest the upcoming elections representing the Podujana Eksat Peramuna under the symbols of the chair or hand. Now, this was decided at a meeting held in Colombo today.
The meeting took place at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party headquarters. Representatives of several parties attended the meeting.
Cylinder Sandane දැන් ඉවරයි. ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය දැන් තනි පක්ෂයක් වෙනම පක්ෂයක් ප්‍රාදේශ සභා මැතිවරණය වෙන්න පුළුවන් පළාත් සභා මැතිවරණය වෙන්න පුළුවන් අපි ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ ප්‍රමුඛ සන්දානයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ අත ලකුණෙන් එහෙම නැත්නම් පුටුව ලකුණෙන් තමයි අපි තරඟ වදින්නේ.
ඉතින් මේ වෙලාවේ අපි අපේ කොටස අරගෙන අපේ කොටස දියුණු කරන්න තමයි අපි උත්සාහ කරමින් ඉන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉතින් පළාත් පාලන මැතිවරණයට පුළුවන් සියලුම මැතිවරණ සඳහා
General Secretary of the United National Party, Ravi Karunanayake, commented on his position within the party, claiming that after Ranil Wickremesinghe, he is the senior-most member.
Ranil Wickremesinghe Janadipati Saha
After Ranil Wickremesinghe, I am the senior-most member in Parliament and the party, and everyone knows this. UNP supporters are well aware of this fact, but we cannot let personal ambitions or petty rivalries destroy this party. Even if we face challenges now, the United National Party has always been a party of the people, and it must be protected. We cannot allow it to be undermined for the temporary gain of just one or two individuals. The goal should be to come together and rebuild the party along with the elephant symbol. Think about the time when others had abandoned the UNP, and I was the only one left, standing with the party. Today, I urge every UNP supporter across the country to take this opportunity. I am ready to work alongside Ranil Wickremesinghe, just as he once worked tirelessly to restructure the country's debt and set it on a path of development. We can create that opportunity again.
Deputy Minister of Housing TB Sarath commented on the elephant issues faced by the farmers of the Alahara community in Polonnaruwa.
A discussion chaired by Deputy Minister of Housing T.B. Sarath on the elephant issues faced by the farmers of the Alahara community in Polonnaruwa was held yesterday. Security officials, government officials and villagers participated in the discussion. Deputy Minister of Housing T.B. Sarath said that the relevant departments will be informed about the issues faced by the people and solutions will be found. Thereafter, the Deputy Minister along with the others inspected the elephant corridor and elephant fencing project as well as the newly constructed observation posts in areas with elephant corridors.
The current focus is on the program to protect the villagers' properties, but this alone will not solve the issue. Elephants need to be protected and properly fed. We must create waterways for them to ensure that they have access to the necessary salts they require. This should be part of a broader forest enrichment process. Animals cannot produce their own food in forests anymore. The world has changed and animals have evolved into a society where food is produced by humans. They are now forced to consume human-made food because they can no longer make their own. The solution lies in creating a more advanced society where we not only protect animals but also provide them with the food and water they need. This is our responsibility and it is the government's duty to fulfill it.
A trusted place for your fixed deposit. Valuable FD, a symbol of...
Legends 966, Colombo's greatest hits.
Welcome back to the news. The Colombo Stock Exchange maintained its upward trend today as well.
The All-Share Price Index or ASPI of the Colombo Stock Exchange recorded an all-time high closing at 15,535.60 points. The ASPI increased by 135.07 points, surpassing yesterday's record of 15,400.53 points. The S&P SL20 was recorded at 4,666.65 points. According to the CSE, a turnover of 9.8 billion rupees was recorded at the close of trading today.
Elon Musk has revealed plans to create his own city in Texas named Starbase. But who can live there? And what does this mean for the future? We now cross over to Mariam Gunavijaya from the International Desk for a comprehensive report.
This is Elon Musk's new city. Well, in recent years, Elon Musk has expanded his operations, relocating his company from California to Texas, and then he has established offices, warehouse, manufacturing facilities across several areas in Texas. And now Elon Musk is building his new city. Well, what is this city? What is it called? And what's the reason behind building this city? Let me explain. Elon Musk is moving forward with his plans to build or create a new city for his employees. This is something that a very few, or if any, titans have begun or launched, and that is a company town. Well, Elon Musk's plans to move ahead with this company town is now in its works, and he is creating this town for SpaceX and its employees. And as a first step, SpaceX submitted a petition to establish a new municipality named Starbase. Well, what exactly is Starbase? Why is it being created? What's the idea behind it? How far have they come? And what exactly are they going to do with it? Like I said, Starbase is a company town for SpaceX and its employees, and the town will be located in coastal South Texas, which is already home for SpaceX rocket launch facilities. So when you think of a town, when you think of a city, what exactly comes to your mind? Who are the local authorities? What are they going to do with it? How many people will be living in this town? And so much more. Well, for starters, Elon Musk has already decided who the mayor of the town is going to be, and that is a SpaceX security manager. So the mayor of the town has already been decided, so we have a local authority. And what else comes next? Elon Musk has already said that this town will have a police force and the ability to enact its own ordinances. And recently, SpaceX employees started moving into nearby homes and temporary housing near the launch site as well. The city will have a community of roughly 500 residents, including 219 primary residents and over 100 children, which will be located near the Boca Chica beach at the end of State Highway 4. The proposed city will cover about 1.5 square miles, and most residents will be renters and will be working for SpaceX. This is the company town. This is it in its works, and this is a drone shot of what it will look like. So you can see Starbase right here, and this is what the town will typically look like. And the proposed town could establish its own police or fire departments, like I said, enact ordinances. So it's going to look like a very pretty normal town. And this is Elon Musk's plan for SpaceX and its employees. Well, if this plan is approved and the city actually comes into existence, this will be the first for any company or any business leader across the world. So we will have to wait and see if Starbase is actually going to be a town in the United States of America.
And that's a wrap of the news for tonight.
But stay tuned, as up next is a special documentary by Musa Al-Muay, brought to you by the Public Service Media Maldives, about what's known as the Ghost Island, which was devastated by the tsunami.
Good night.